Hello there, Dr. Bob here, and I just wanted to consider again the outrage of what's going on with cannabis prohibition from so many levels, but again, in particular, from the most basic aspect of fundamental human rights. Those who like cannabis use and who benefit from it on many different levels from many different illnesses, they have those attitudes and those responses because their biochemistry essentially needs cannabis. And then there are other people who probably need it equally as much, but other aspects of their biochemistry that regulate their open-mindedness and they're willing to try things, and in general, how people who are deficient in cannabinoids, the BLPs, the backward-looking people, how they're not open to change, so they're less likely to try cannabis. And then because of the openness that it promotes, that is difficult for them because of the nature of their biochemistry. But that's the whole point right there in a nutshell, that we have two kinds of people who are biochemically different. And one of those two types wants to impose their biochemistry on the other group for whom it's totally inappropriate but dangerous and horrendous. I mean, this is a case of fundamental discrimination. The same way gays and blacks and Jews and other oppressed groups of history have managed to break through the barriers of the narrow-minded, backwards-looking people that were, just not open to peace, love, and movement into the future. So we're suffering from that now, and it's our obligation to coalesce and to make change for our own sake, for our families, our friends, for the planet. The time is now. The 99% movement, the Wall Street protest, that's great. That is cannabinoid endowed in its nature. Those are the flips, the people who are more likely to embrace newness and change, overcoming the narrow-minded pathology of being driven only by greed and money, which is what typifies, too many people who are in the positions of leadership, so-called leadership, because they don't lead us anywhere but down the wrong path. We have got to change that. It is our obligation. So a couple of things that would help. One is if you go to the White House petition site, I have a petition up for requesting that the federal government fund clinical trials for cannabis extracts for treating cancer. There's hundreds of papers that show cannabis and cannabinoids of different varieties kill cancer cells. Then we've got countless number of people who anecdotally are saying the same thing. And then we have a history of use where it was used to treat tumors. So why, when you put all that together, would you not expect that it might actually kill cancers? Why have we not funded research to determine that? Why has the government not just spent a little bit of all that prohibition money to find out honestly that one answer? There's something wrong again. And that's why it has to be the end of the age of the blips and the coming of the age of the flips. We need to change those thermostat settings. You need both, you need conservatives and liberals. You need opposing forces. All I'm saying is that the balance is incorrectly set for modern times, and that it's essential that we correct that thermostatic setting. And we can see it from the perspective of health by the need for omega-3 fatty acids to help in so many health-related benefits. We have to keep in mind that those are converted to endocannabinoids. So we're allowed to manipulate our endocannabinoid system with approved nutrients, but other plant material is deemed to be an unapproved nutrient, when in fact it's an essential nutrient for the survival of us as individuals because of its anti-aging properties, and again for societal survival of the species. Bye. Oh, the other thing is to try and make these things go viral. you know, these petitions that are out there now having to do with cannabis, the one I've written, the others that are out there having to do with veterans and a variety of things. We have got to coalesce our power. Please do it now.